Hey everyone, it's me, Jaime. Vlog 285. Had to think about that for a second. Vlogcasting, of course, from the beautiful Wonderland on the northern outskirts, northeast outskirts of beautiful Sacramento, California. I'm in Citrus Heights, a few blocks from where I dwell, in a parking lot. Here to yammer a bit about me and about other cartoonists. At least I'm going to promote somebody's work right now, because I've been really slacking with that. And in the couple of moves I made, there's people's work that got packed away. And I've just recently unpacked some of them. So you're coming up. Like Mari Naomi, Steve Laffler, a few others. I'm spacing out right now. But anyway, right now I want to talk about Carrie McNinch. You don't get there from here. Can you see that? Great diary comics, or just great comics in general. Her work is clean, and it's clean as in the line. The draftsmanship is wonderful. The stories are great. They're all 3 panels, and there's 3 strips per page. So it is densely packed. One of my favorite things she does, besides just the overall work, is she throws in what song she's listening to, I guess, or whatever, but the song and the band. So everything from The Clash and the Specials to, like, right here is I Wish You Were Here, Pink Floyd. I saw Barracuda on there, made me smile. From Heart, boy, that song came out when I was 15 years old, and I was at this high school as a sophomore for just one semester, way out in the burbs from where I grew up. And I remember Heart was big there. I remember I heard Magic Man and Barracuda and one other all the time. They had their own radio stations, so at lunch and passing periods, you'd hear whatever records the kids brought in. So the Heart kind of stands out as that little point in my life before I transferred back into my regular high school in the hood. Anyway, but that's neither here nor there. Carrie McNinch, great stuff. It's I just got it yesterday, read it last night, and I'll put the info. Hopefully, I'm so shitty at this. I apologize. Right next to that wonderfully drawn Toys R Us sign. That's how you can get a hold of Carrie. I recommend buying some or all of her stuff. Get on her Patreon. It's really well worth doing. Speaking of Patreon, I'm thanks to Keith Knight. He's kind of talked me into doing it. I've been kind of fumbling with it a little bit, but I've been fumbling in general. I just started doing artwork again. I stopped before the holidays, well before the holidays. As you guys know, I'm almost done scripting Los Punkers. It's going to be the mini graphic novel, but I'm halfway through my next issue of Tortilla, which I think is issue number 8. And I've already got 10 pages done, inked and put away. And I'm working on another 10-pager, which will leave me 12 more pages, because I do 32 pages per issue now, because I think you should get more bang for your buck. And unlike which the rest of the world is shortchanging us all. So anyway, that's I'm working on that. I'm also drawing on my iPad a lot now. I'm back doing that again. It's still weird for me. Keep in mind, I'm an old school guy. Brushes and pens and pencils and T-squares and all that. I'm used to, Bristolboard and Blue Line, and, going on the iPad, it just feels different, and it's, there's other things I like about it. If I screw something up, you just tap the screen and it goes away and you get to redo it again. I'm using Procreate. Now, I know a lot of you youngsters out there hate Procreate for whatever reason. I mean, you guys do all your drawing online or on computers, so I'm sure there is, a reason for that. Maybe it's not as deep or as versatile as what you're used to using. You've seen my comics. I mean, I enjoy doing black and white work. I'm screwing around with color. Which brings me back to people like Carrie and myself, Steve Laffler, all that. I really worry about the state of comics, because I don't think people read anymore. I mean, they do read, sort of, but it's like online. It's all electronic. In the world of Marvel and DC just pummeling us with their movies, and it's almost like nobody's interested in comics unless they're people in underwear flying around doing the same trope over and over again, good versus evil, and it's every time. And I'm trying not to knock that. I'm just saying there's more to the world than superheroes, and yeah, sure, I'm trying to I guess pimp my work as well. Yeah, I'm an autobiographical diary type guy. I do some biographical stuff too. I have one coming up in the next issue of Tortilla. But yeah, a lot of it's just historical, like Los Punkers. I think the book I did, the 24-hour small one, if you have that, you know what I'm talking about. It was odd. My friend Arturo and I, it was just so, looking at it from the lens now back 45 years ago, whenever it was, what we were doing was ridiculous. I'm surprised we weren't killed. It's our own people, as people of color, thought we were just fucking nuts. They acting like white boys, they kept saying, because we skateboarded and we started listening to this new music called Punk New Wave. Most of the skaters weren't even listening to it yet. Most of the ones I knew, their jumping off point was Devo, which I thought Devo was fine. They were quirky and fun, but they weren't punk to me. That was like the Ramones or the Pistols or anyway, I'm not going to bog down with that. So that's what the story is about, is us forming this band of this music that doesn't even have a genre yet, and trying to get away with it, and we sort of did. So anyway, hopefully that'll be out in a year. I got some publishers that are interested. I just got to get off my naga and go and nagas and I think I only have one butt cheek, and get to work. I don't quite have a place to work. I work in the back of a dining room, so it's not as private as I'm used to. I'm used to usually just having a room. I don't need much, just a small room with a door that closes, and I can leave all my shit out, and my shelves of reference material and equipment and whatnot. So that'll happen sooner than later, I'm sure. But yeah, go out there and find cartoonists. If you're a cartoonist watching this, support each other. That's what we got to do, because pretty much the only people, at least reading my stuff, are other cartoonists. I was in conversation in Seattle with some guys that have known me and my work for close to 40 years. And they're going, dude, why aren't you even more well known? I go, because I don't put out that much, and I do this much self-promotion, which I know I should be better. And a lot of artists aren't, So I keep looking around. I'm in a parking lot. I probably have ADD, ADHD, MOUSE, whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I just feel that we need a little more focus. It's Lord knows I do. And because the way the world's going now, unless it's online, nobody gives a shit. And things are moving, it seems, at a hyper pace. Just look at the way people drive. Everyone's in a hurry now. When I was a younger driver, I drove quicker. But, the last 20 years, it's really, really kicked into hyper. I just had a part-time job, where I was driving medical transport. So I was on the road all day, every day, taking people to and from appointments and whatnot, and just watching the insanity. I watched several car crashes by people on their phones and people speeding. It's like a fire drill. Everybody's in a fucking hurry, in their pointless lives. What are you going to go do? That's just, I don't know, Anyway, again, I got a story. That's why I'm about all that too. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well out there as I am. I'm going to bring it to a close here. Don't forget Carrie McNinch's You Don't Get There From Here. This is great stuff. Yeah, again, I love that Toys R Us sign. I'm a little older, so Toys R Us wasn't out when I was a kid, but when my son was born and a kid, I went over there a lot. And I love the sign, how she just drew it. It does bring back memories. No, 10 minutes. 10 minutes of your life you're not getting back. Apologize for that. Let's all take care of each other. Let's all be a lot nicer too. That's a big one. Treat people how you want to be treated. I mean, if you like being treated like an asshole, then keep it to yourself. But, you know, if you like being treated nice, then I think you should reciprocate to others. All right, everybody. This is me. It's Jaime out. Stay out of trouble. You can't do that. Don't get caught. See you guys next time. Thank you for watching.